The University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, in association with the Nagaland University as well as the Northeast Christian University Nagaland, they organize a felicitation program of toppers of the Higher Secondary School Leaving Certificate 2025 of the Nbse, and also a workshop on career opportunities in the context of the National Education Policy 2020 was held here at Livingstone International School in KV Jau Colony, Dimapur. The Chancellor of the University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, who is Mahbubul Haq, he also spoke during the program. And also the guest of honor today was also Alam Timshi Jamir, retired IAS officer, Government of Nagaland, where he spoke about the many opportunities that can be lacking in Nagaland due to the lack of industries and industrialization specifically, where mostly we are always looking at the strengths of others, what they show to us and not our own strengths. He stressed on that. He was speaking to an audience of students mostly as well, and university faculties today at the program over here. And he has also said that we must look at other alternatives, which is for the economy of the state, and one major boost for the economy would be agriculture. This was his encouraging words. Let's have a look at today's program.
Would like to welcome you all to the felicitation of Nbse Hsslc Toppers 2025 and to the workshop on career opportunities in the context of NEP 2020, organized by University of Science and Technology Meghalaya in association with Nagaland University and Northeast Christian University Nagaland. And we are grateful to the Livingstone Foundation International School for giving us all their support to making this program a success. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable dignitaries, we'd like to take this opportunity to inform you and share with you, University of Science and Technology Meghalaya is a dream project of ERD Foundation under the chairmanship of Sri Mahbubul Haq sir, who started his entrepreneurial journey with just one computer, 4 students, and rupees 85 in a rental premises in 2001. And today, in a remarkably short period of time, ERD Foundation has emerged as the largest institutional network catering education from KG to PG to PhD through its 2 CBSE affiliated senior secondary school, 1 engineering college, 1 women's college, 1 B.Ed college, 1 law college, 2 pharmacy colleges, 1 business school, 1 Ayurvedic college, and last year we got the approval of Nbse to start the first medical college of Meghalaya, the P.A. Sangma International Medical College, and finally the University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, which is accredited A grade by NAC and is ranked among the top 200 universities of India by NIRF Government of India 2024. With Not only that, we have nearly 90% of our students are from rural background. More than 60% students are girl students, and more than 42% are tribal students.
We started with a very humble beginning, and we have a long vision to materialize. And in this regard, we visit different places and we try to find out our friends for future. And we collaborate with them because education is a domain where it should not be a lone journey. So we always try to find out the like-minded organizations where we can collaborate. And slowly, we are working for the other states, although we are located in Meghalaya. You will be happy to know that the most important, many institutions are there, many universities are there, but how we are different from others. As a university, you can say a mini India. We have language diversity, we have cultural diversity, and we have, automatically this is natural that there will be a religious diversity. And this is the most unique feature of our university. We have more than 62 community students studying in the university, and already my colleague Dr. Mahajabin told that we have more than 60% students are the girl students. Nearly 70% are the faculty members from the women's community. So this is our specialty of the university, and we are just away from the Guwahati city, although we are located in the state of Meghalaya. It is only 3 kilometers from Guwahati city. And but university is located in a rural area. We are A-grade institutions, and we are going to complete our tenure of the A-grade by next year. And we have fulfilled all the benchmark prescribed by the accreditation agencies, especially by NAC and NIRF, so that we can achieve the grade of A++ hopefully by next year, with the support and blessings from our students and faculty members and the people, especially the academic community. And I must be recalling the date and month when I first met Professor Hsslc when he was the registrar of NEHU, and we have approached when we didn't have anything. We have been running our institutions in Guwahati city in a rental premise, but we have we had a vision, and we have approached through his one of the known person, Professor late Samudra Fukan, and on that day he has given a special time to us, and he has allowed us to sit somewhere in the private cabin, and he was telling how NEHU can help such kind of organization to come at our institutions. And you will be happy to know that we have started the first engineering college of Northeast in the private sector, which is Regional Institute of Science and Technology, a large number of students from the state of Nagaland, because this was the only option after Government Medical College that we have set up in the state of Meghalaya. And ultimately this USTM is the evolution of this particular engineering college, and I am very happy today that Hsslc is representing another university, and he is talking about that it is a very small institution. We are just trying to gear up with the facilities, and I am assuring today, sir, certainly you have nurtured USTM, and will be working with your university, and will see how Livingstone Foundation International School here. When I was sitting in the office of the foundation, my colleague Dr. Mahajabin was telling that I have seen that she is smiling, and she was telling, sir, it is so disciplined, and the students and the faculty members, they are doing everything, we need not bother. We allowed them to come early in the morning yesterday, and we said that go and take care of the logistics, but I don't think they have done anything. It is the Livingstone Foundation, the authority, they have done. I am so grateful, and today witnessing everyone, I am inviting the students, faculty members, if you can arrange one visit to USTM, and in the coming days, if you allow us, that it is University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, if you allow us to work us, cultivate the land of Nagaland more and more in the field of education, creating a conducive teaching learning environment, creating a competitive environment among the institutions, then we are ready to come up University of Science and Technology Nagaland. It is in Meghalaya. So we have medical college, we have Ayurvedic medical college, we have all institutions. But networking institutions, creating the environment of education, instigating the students, finding out the talents, and according to their needs and requirements, according to their kind of vision. If we guide the student, that is the most important job. Today, it is we are lagging behind. So today I want to invite and I want to announce that we have very specific scholarship for the students of Nagaland. That any student, because students have a kind of mindset that this is a private university. We want to eradicate this kind of idea that a private institution cannot cater the poor meritorious students. Just last Sunday we have interviewed. We have adopted 265 students, either completely free education or 50% or 30% like this we have adopted for undergraduate program. And after 10th of July, we are going to organize another such kind of interview for the PG students, and similarly we have also completely free ship in the research, those who have a very good idea of doing particular research. So USTM is trying to develop such kind of culture, and many students in the last NET examination, 12 students from the state of Nagaland have cracked NET examination from USTM in various departments. So our scheme is that private policy, that if any students cracking any national competitive examination, we return the entire fees we have received from the admission to the last semester examination. So this is, we have payback policy. Similarly, we are coming up with a USTM IS Academy in Delhi, but the purpose and objective, it is not commercial. We want to adopt the students from various states of the northeastern state because we don't have a mentor. We have been trying from last 3-4 years. We could not find out a proper mentor. Mentor for the civil service examination is only mainly in Delhi. So there is no other option. We cannot invite them to come up here. It becomes very expensive. So we have decided to come up with a center in Delhi so that we can find out the talents from the northeastern region who have a very, very specific target from the class 10, 11 onwards, that I must try for the cracking the civil service examination. Many students are there, but they never share with their parents, they never share with the teachers because they hesitate. So we want to create a very healthy environment where students must come out with an idea from class 8, 9 onwards. Then they can say, I want to become an IS officer, I want to become an IPS officer, or I want to become a good scientist. So in this domain, we are constantly working with the other organizations, other educational institutions. We have a specific team, expert team, who usually visits voluntarily from our organization, and they do counseling and we find out the talents. Today we have many toppers from all the 3 streams, and next year certainly, because of the constraint of the time, we could not communicate with the students, so we have skipped this time the metric examination. But next time certainly we will include CBSE. At least we will be collaborating with the organization. They will be finding out the talents of the CBSE examination specifically from this state, because today we are very much conservative. We have invited hosted Livingstone Foundation School, which are CBSE affiliated, and we are felicitating the students from the state board. So this should not be. So next year onwards we'll be finding out the talents from the CBSE examination also, and we'll be trying to encourage, and we'll have a separate counseling those who are interested specifically for the civil service examination, and we'll guide them wherever they will study. They can study in any school in Nagaland, any school ever, but our cell is there in the university. They can provide online the material, and when they will be completing their graduation, and during the graduation we'll take them to Delhi for few months so that they can get the kind of coaching facility and everything. I welcome everyone to visit USTM. Thank you very much, the entire team of Livingstone Foundation School. You have provided a beautiful arrangement, and you made, we as an organization, we are very sensitive and we are very much careful when we are organizing any event. And that's why in the whole country people are knowing that we organize a very good events. But when we have entered in this school, we found that we have another friend, Livingstone Foundation International School here. And in the coming days, we will be collaborating nicely with certain agendas so that we can also work for the state of Nagaland. And we have a Tenachu sir, who was the Home Minister, who frequently, if he is going to Delhi or he is going to Guwahati, he enters at USTM campus and he asks questions. Lots of questions he asks, what is happening this in this domain, this domain. So I feel happy, and today I am here in the Nagaland. I am just feeling lonely. Zimame sir, He was asking about our university, and he has a lot of experience of both administration as an academia, as he was the former registrar of the Nagaland University, and it's a pleasure moment for me and for my entire team, and I welcome everyone. Thank you very much, especially media who are even covering our event, and I welcome all the parents and the students who have done extremely well. If you want to take our kind of services, and if you have a vision to become an IAS officer, because nowadays people are thinking something away from becoming an engineer and doctor, because it's a very conservative idea from the past that anyone is very good students, they are always intends to become an engineer and doctor, but it becomes a very past. So if you are interested for civil service examination, I think UST will be one of the destination that you can guide you. I welcome, I am very grateful to all the dignitaries sitting in the dais, sitting across the dais, who are partnering in our mission to achieve excellence in the coming days. Thank you very much.
I just want to share about how to go about perhaps in your career pursuit. You might have decided on what you want to do, or you might be searching for things what you might still not be sure about. But in everything, you have to start from basics, from fundamentals. And your school education has given you that fundamentals. You need to keep up on that, keep revising on that, but be consistent in what you do. And if you have difficulties, you have challenges, persevere, keep going, don't quit. Have a positive attitude, in mind, in body, in spirit. And finally, at the end of the day, when we have, before interviews, we conduct a lot of interviews, okay, right from your lower post to the highest post, even in civil service positions, we conducted those. We had the exposure there. And finally, we look at attitude. Not so much knowledge. You might have a lot of knowledge, but if you do not know how to use that positively, your attitude, you might not be able to contribute positively to society. So that is important to have a positive attitude. Yes, you'll have failings, but if you don't have failings, how do you build up strength? The strength is based on the failings that you have, the challenges you have. Then you become stronger, because you're facing them. You're not running away from them. Okay? So this is where, especially for children who have just passed and are now being felicitated, but also for all other students, both who are in the lower class and some, I know there are some college students here as well. Thank you for coming here. So all of you, this is part of life's learning, principles that you may want to keep in mind. For me, whenever I speak with our students and staff, faculty, we have three basic principles. I'll not elaborate on them because it becomes big, almost a sermon in a way. Three principles that I generally try to keep, and I encourage others to keep. One is to fear God. Fear God. You fear God, you fear nothing else. Nothing else. Nobody you don't fear. Because finally He's the Master, He's the Creator. He's in hands to control everything and everyone. Okay? And He has a wonderful plan for you because you are beautifully made. Okay? You have a wonderful gift which you only have, the other doesn't have. So don't compare yourself with others. Be excellent to yourself. Just be sincere to yourself and go forward. Second is be honest. Be honest. Honest to your work, honest to people around you, honest to yourself. Because be honest, and even sometimes people will talk a lot of things behind your back. Especially when you grow up, you come to official positions right now. Even our chancellor here, he's a living witness of what's happening back in his own university. Being challenged tremendously by all sorts of forces, political forces, business forces, all sorts. But when you're honest, nobody can touch you. Because you know you're on the correct track, you're keeping to that. They can talk all sorts of nonsense, doesn't matter. Let them talk about whatever they want, but you know where you are. God knows where you are. Be honest, okay? Third is be humble. Be humble. See, because when you say, I want to do good for people, how will you do good for them if you're not humble? If you don't know, you come down to their levels and you empathize with them, you be sensitive to them, be aware of their situation. So you need to come down with them. You might be hold the highest of positions, yes, but still, that also be humble. So you're aware even of the lowliness and lowly about what they do, the situation, and then you can help them. So even if you go to civil services, you'll have a lot of people in civil services, very high positions. But when they're up there, almost in avatars. They've forgotten their roots. They've forgotten from where it comes. When you go and interview in civil service, I want to have society, I want to do this, all that's there. But when they've actually got a position, many of them forget that commitment. So be humble. Okay, so these are the things I just like to keep it to you and as I greet you. Our Chancellor has been very kind to say very kind words about me and my association with him and his organizations. Yes, we've tried, but we've seen the USTM grow in such a way. So for you also, you can look at that example. From one computer, 4 students, and hardly 80 rupees in their pocket, they become what you've seen, the big thing there. Now become a multi-group organizing, actually. But what? You also might want to have startups, because startups starting from nothing, you know. Some might not go for civil service, some might go for teaching or something. You want to have your own company, your own enterprise, which we encourage. We also as a university encourage entrepreneurship. Okay, you start from scratch. You lose in the first 1, 2, 3 years also, doesn't matter. That's how business is, how work is. After it comes as persevere. So, but you see this type of example, starting practically nothing, and yet they persist, they're sincere, they're honest, and they grow, and then you meet with success. And you'll be a big blessing to people around. Because as you grow, you can also help people around in society. But once again, I wish you all the best, that God bless you, guide you, lead you, wherever you are, whatever you choose to pursue, and that everything organized, the USTM are there, even our university is there. We're here in Dimapur, our headquarters in Dimapur. We have a small campus in Medfield as well. They also, even if you don't join us, at least we'll be able to help and guide you in your future careers. You come and spend your time with us. Okay? And of course, we have Nagaland University also always there for you. Thank you so much for coming here, and I thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
It's a real pleasure to be here to talk to you, and I hope I shall be able to make some sense of the occasion. First, I'd like to congratulate the toppers of the Hsslc. I think we are honoring them. It's a real thoughtful action of the USTM and the current organizers to take this up, because such achievements go a long way in life, and recognizing them adds to the quality of life that they will lead in the future. And now coming to the subject, the career opportunities in the context of the NEP 2020. I had long left the service, almost 6 years. 2014 I had retired, and by 2020 the NAP had been brought into motion. This NAP based on the basic philosophy of Gyan, Pragya and truth, Satya. Knowledge, wisdom and truth. These are the basic principles on which the NAP has been set up. And it encompasses the basic principles of access to education, equity in education and quality, leading to basically career development and skill development, leaving the old concept of vocational training a little far behind, but encompassing that. And this is basically a structural change in the educational system of India, apart from, a long march away from the colonial system. We have been India has been going through the colonial system for many years, looking only for white-collar jobs. White-collar means people who sit in the office, and that's why even till today, Naga boys and girls are still having our aims and ambitions set on government jobs. And that is why they call it the white-collar, the sitting on the offices. Now, this is a total shift and change of the educational system so that people get opportunity to work and to study and to be prepared for self-employment and generating self according to your own competence. Now, along with this, there has been a very exciting turn of events. Suddenly, India's economy is exploding. It's burgeoning, it's just not growth. India is being, we may not feel it right now, but the world feels it. The world is feeling the growth of India with this mass of population, and India is growing at such fast rate. And over and above the changes in India, we are looking at the changes in the world. The world is been totally changed. Recently you have heard and you have seen on the television screens of the war between Israel and Iran. There was no face-to-face confrontation of human beings. It was aeroplane, air attacks, supremacy over the air, then there's missile systems and anti-missile systems, and the whole conception of war has been changed into a drama of science and technology. And very soon, the drones will take over, the robotics will take over, and even the wars may be fought by the drones. So that is the kind of a world in which you youngsters are growing up. And in the middle of that, India is coping with that by bringing about new education policies since the 2020. So we should be very, very grateful that our leaders in the country and our thinkers and our people who are thinking deeply are caring about you, the youth, who will take over the reins of government in the future. In fact, the future is here today, and that is what the planners of the country and the thinkers of the country are doing. So kindly remember, students who are here, that this new education policy is meant for you. And it is for your growth, your goodness, and your greatness. And you should think about the changes that are here with seriousness. Don't think that these new education policies to be implemented by the chief minister and the chief secretary and the bureaucracy, or not even the teachers. That is the way we have delinked ourselves to the thinking about your own role to play. So the new education policy actually is meant for the youngsters to be aware of what they are and be able to move along and to improve themselves. So these are the career opportunities which is being spoken of in the new education policy, and there is a very, very exciting time. And I sometimes wish I was still in government. I've been retired now for the last about 11 years. And we wish that the new education policy had been started, that we could do a lot of things to change the systems. But we are not gone, and now you are here, and I really wish that you would further understand the insight into the new education policy and to work and to chase your career. Now that is one. The other aspect which I would like to draw your attention is this concept which the university has brought here, the University of Science and Technology. Somehow this is a little different from what we the Nagas think. We sometimes think that science and technology is not in us, is not for us. That we the Nagas are not really into science and technology. When I was in service, there was a time when we were short of teachers for arithmetic and science, local teachers. Now, of course, many more young people have come up. But children, especially those in Nagaland, you should remember that science and technology is a part and parcel of you and your life, the Naga way of life. If you have studied, or if you have known how, when our forefathers were illiterate, they had not gone to school, but yet they could weave the cloth, they could count the threads of the woof and the warp to bring out the design. The traditional designs of the Nagas, of every tribe, having their own distinct, representation in the woof and the warp. That counts by counting every thread. And this was done by people who were illiterate. so-called illiterate. If we look at the Panikheti, so evenly done that the water management, the people are amazed. They're mind-boggled by the amount of engineering technology that's involved in the water management in the Panikhetis. Now, if that is not science, what is science? Our forefathers did not have the calendar. They did not have January, February, March, April, May, June, July. But you could tell the seasons by the weather and when to cut the jungles, when to sow the crop, and what time it would be ripe to reap, and when to have the festivals. That is how scientific-minded our forefathers have been. So science and technology kindly think that it is not a foreign thing being imposed on you. Your forefathers had it there in the blood. You have it. You, the Naga people, had it. You're living in the environment. So don't be afraid. Pick it up like it is your own. And that's how you will be able to cope with the science and technology of the present needs. Our Pauline Madame has talked about robotics. It's artificial intelligence. It's amazing. But you will have to work hard to build up into that and to make it your own, so that the new education policy of the country will help you benefit to be a contributing member of the society. Now, concerning Nagaland and education policies, I would like to really make a small appeal and a deviation from the existing thinking. We are all thinking in terms of high-tech industries. We are thinking in terms of high-tech, offices and corporates and this kind of world where we can be employed. But in that perspective, we are falling into the usual trap that we have set for ourselves. We are not looking at our strengths. We are looking at the strengths which other people show to us. And regarding industrialization, I will tell you, we have been dealing with it, and I wish we had found the answers. I tried my level best to get the paper mill Tuli working. 3 times we have tried the reconnection programs. Government of India very generously sanctioned the program twice. 700 crores, 1200 crores, but we could not bring it. Our sugar mill program also went at a loss. That has made me realize that perhaps collectively, maybe individually, yes, but collectively we are not as prepared for industrialization. And that is also further heightened by a few factors. Now, industrialization requires investment. A lot of money, 100 crores, 200 crores, 1,000 crores. But we have the drawback of the Article 371A, which sort of prevents investors from investing because they cannot own land and because they cannot have land as mortgage. So investment is not forthcoming. Secondly, we have got problems in banking. That is also linked up with the land mortgage issues. And the third issue is that we don't have skilled labor. Now, who do you think will, say, Mr. Adani, Mr. Ambani, we think of them as big characters and they have lots of money. But they also think and assess whether investment here in this place will be worth it. They'll have to look for people who have got ability to work, the skill. Now, Nagaland's skill development has not reached an extent by which they can sustain any industries. So these various factors prevent any process of industrialization. And therefore, we are lacking behind in this process of industrialization And we will lag behind for a few more years. In my book, the Vision 2030, I had written that we should look for some alternative economy. We should look for some alternative commerce. And there, what we the Nagas have is only basically agriculture. Now, when I say agriculture, children don't think that we want you to become like your parents, your grandparents to work in the kitty. Agriculture has a lot of science and technology in it. There is a thing called post-harvest technologies. How the crops will be harvested, how it will be stored, how it will be transported, how it will be processed. These are the post-harvest technologies. If we can be combined together, you can form an industry. You don't have to be a farmer. Now in agriculture, more than 68% of Nagas are still involved. And that's why I keep on talking that we should have focus on agriculture as a technology and as an area for our vision. And an area for hope for the youth of Nagaland. I'll take the example of Israel again. You see, Israel, despite being in a desert, despite having only sand and stones and histories, they have converted their land into a thriving agricultural land. By now, they are a bigger exporter of fruits and vegetables and food grains to the rest of Europe. That's all the work of technology. They have introduced drip irrigations, and that is how Israel is growing. That is how they can process so many other technologies to be able to fight countries like Iran, and then on 5 fronts, Hamas and Hezbollah. The strength grows from their agricultural capabilities, which is again based on technology. So I would think that we should redefine the new education policy to suit our conditions. We have sufficient land. If you look outside the window from any school, anything, you'll see only greenery and trees. The villages are located in small hills. But then you have kilometers and kilometers of land that is not being utilized. It will be up to you, youngsters, the youth who are growing up, who will have to redefine what you need, where you should get employed. And I'm telling you not to go back as a farmer. Yes, farming is very important, but to learn the technologies and bring it back and put it back in the land. When I was in the service, we had once had the Agri Expo 2006. There we had hoped that the technologies would be transferred to the villages. I was transferred out after some time. But then we have heard that the drip irrigation people were asking right from Kifri onwards. There is interest in the people, but there's nobody to translate the technologies for use to the people. It is up to you, youngsters, who can make use of the new education policy to help translate these technologies to the villages to make Nagaland into a thriving commercial economy. And that way our economy and the commerce will grow. So, although I have not prepared, I have rambled on to the subject, but I'm glad I have been able to share this few words with you. And I really wish you all the best as you grow. And I would like to thank USTM and the organizers for giving me this operated position as the chief guest, and I wish you all good luck. Thank you very much.
That what is the problem of society? Can you solve this problem? And if you can solve, can you convert into entrepreneurship? That means the knowledge, application, and creating socio-economic development. Earlier, we had our knowledge system From very beginning, India is having one of the oldest knowledge system, more than 5,000 years old, with the written record, written record in the world. But at that time, the knowledge was always for the society development, from the using the local resources. But due to the change in the policies of education, where we were given the impression that our indigenous knowledge is not so good compared to the knowledge which we learn through the particularly from the Britishers' knowledge system. Now things have become so flexible with 5 pillars which have the inclusivity, equity, adaptability, affordability, quality, along with the accountability. All these 5 pillars have to be held in any education system. In USTM, as you have seen, our Honorable Chancellor, who was well qualified with MCA, got degree and also job in Tezpur University, but he did not join. He had in mind that the problem of Northeast is at that time that our most of the students, youths are going to other part of India. And only those who can afford it financially, they are going. But what is the effect? That their culture is delayed, you can say, up to such an extent. And they are not able to become the part of that culture also. So that was the main problem. So he decided, he was having very strong determination, a vision that let us create this facility in Northeast. So that means if you do not have funds, financial thing, but if you have a strong desire and also ability to adapt and cooperate, that is how he started. That he got from the other established institute a center of learning, distance learning. From their side till the whatever funds, and he had started from very beginning till the end this opportunity, and that is how the model of USTM is different from other institutes, that it is society oriented model where more than 20% students get free shift, half shift. Plus this year we have a special occasion where in addition to this 500 scholarships are also announced to the meritorious. And I also take this opportunity that since we are coming for the first time with such kind of the program, any toppers from the Nagaland, from Nagaland Board of School or Nbse, if they are keen to take admission, they will get free education. That is also announced today, and because I have seen so many students, particularly girls students. Nowadays, in our country, as well as in world, girls are coming in more number. Whenever we are having convocation, more gold medalists are girls. Today also, in Nagaland, nearly 80% are girls who are toppers. That means the future of Nagaland and future of India depends on women power. Now, you will see everywhere, even you have seen the recent our going from India, flying, putting the target, coming to first girls. So much focused. They have that means biologically also it has been truly explained that they have more DNA than the man. That is the thing we have to accept. So that means when we have such opportunity, but all these opportunities may not be available in one institute. then what is the alternative? How to cope it? How to meet your desire to pursue? Opportunity is given by government that you make MOUs, start collaboration, cooperation. Therefore, we have more than 250 institutions nationally and internationally with industries, with government's skill development ministry. Our cooperation, collaboration is there, and it means up to 40% courses, minor as well as major, even industry integrated degree we have started. Suppose 3 years degree or 4 years, you can have 1 year in any industry as per your this one, spend there. You will be assessed by them and by the teacher mentor as well as by this university, and then degree will be given jointly. So that means industry and universities are coming for the first time together to solve their problem, to learn from them and create your own. As well as now, different skills have been told by Madam Professor also, that you have to see what is your passion. Age is no bar. Can you imagine the youngest person in India who is billionaire? Only 21 years, billionaire, richest, more than 3,600 crores property. Why you are thinking about the small job, then making competition, standing in line? Use your brain. Can you find out some problem? Now the universities, that is why teacher is not now teacher, he is mentor. And it is not teacher oriented education, it is student centered education. That is why students are also given opportunity. Learn yourself. Take course from Swam portal, what we call MOOCs, NAPTEL, Khan Academy, anywhere. Register these courses in your university so that university knows that these are the courses. That means each individual will have different types of course. Not like earlier few courses, no opportunity. You see, whoever has become so successful in life, they are not from their own stream of education. They have become much famous, getting different awards when they have changed this. So change is necessary, as well as always think what you can create. Our Honorable Chief Guest gave the example that we have so much rich culture, so much rich tradition in Nagaland, in Northeast, one of the richest region in the world, not only in India, in the world, more than 220 cultures. How they have evolved? Because they have utilized the natural resources to create different from others. Can you measure this difference? Can you measure this culture and bring through the technology to the world? That how this knowledge, because of the nature, natural richness, and convert into your business. That is more important. Always think. Madam also told that we have traditional knowledge in medical system, but it has to be measured scientifically. Once you do the measurement, then bring this knowledge through the technology, reach to the world. World wants to know the new thing. When you go to market, you always ask the shopkeeper, what is new? New thing has come recently. So that you want to have the thing which nobody is having. Similarly, today's business, which is changing so fast, the World Economic Forum held in 2024 says in next 10 years, 90 million jobs will go away, those traditional jobs. So what will come? New jobs will come and the technology will help. So we do not know what will be next job pattern. Today, if I have to prepare my speech, I will just ask ChatGPT, please prepare my speech. I have to go to speak in a job opportunity in NAP 22. They will give. But can it replace? No. It is only facilitator. That means technology is only facilitator. You see our problem in transport, what was the biggest problem? It was how to get the vehicle to reach to either everybody was not having car. So Uber came, they did not have anything. But in India also, the Ola has come. So in India, more than 100 young people, all young people, other than their traditional knowledge, they have created unicorn. That means more than $1 billion assets they are having. They have created it. Paytm, you have heard, everybody is using, even a vegetable seller. This is created by Indians. The difficulty, you have to only become critical thinker. That what is the difficulty? That is how your education should give you opportunity. Through the experiential learning, through taking the project, find the difficulty. That is what Government of India gives 3.5 lakhs if you simply give idea that this idea can create business. That is what they call hackathon. Can you give such idea? I am sure you have so many ideas, but you are simply gossiping, giving this idea without making money. Time has come. When you have any new idea, don't share with anyone unless you register it. That is more important. This is our unnecessary habit. When we visit somebody's house, suppose somebody is sick, we start telling, you take this medicine, you take this. Freely we start giving advice. Don't give such. Today, the time is, don't share your new idea, don't share your new knowledge, register it. So that nobody will blame it that it is there. That is how, because it was written, registered, we could protect our this knowledge. Otherwise, other country people were taking. They will take our traditional pupil, medicinal pupil to other country, do the analysis, and then they start selling the medicine. So don't share if you have any rice variety, which is unique, some characters. Suppose zinc, I am using this aspect. But if I had zinc rice, I will not use. And here you may have some such variety. Try to identify. And what are the conditions, where it can go, what is the percentage, try, and then start doing the business. So today, time is under NAP 2020, main thing that you have the flexible education system, giving opportunity to the creators, thinkers, and also to solve the problem of society and making these solutions as a entrepreneurship, developing business, and creating the startup. In our university, we have more than 10 startups. They have starting their own business with a small value addition, just a small value addition. Tea, food, momo. Naga momo is so famous. Everybody wants. How you can create that you can keep it for 6 months? Find out this solution without any change, microbial change and spoilage or anything. All these small valuation, adding this kind of the things can create new things. I am sure that today's our main program is that through this is the word and time for collaboration, making use of the strength of each other, helping each other if we have weakness, and create the new opportunities. How the India is growing so fast? Why? Because maximum youths in our country. Among youths, Northeast is having more than the youths rest of the country. That means future is in Northeast. even compared to rest of the India. Because we have more opportunities, but we have to harvest these opportunities through education. No more only the paper degree, but the degree which has value of application, the knowledge which have application, and continuously changing, no stagnant. Our time was different. When I used to purchase even knife, I don't think for myself. I used to think for my grandchildren. No more this type of tradition. If you are purchasing car, after 10 years you have to sell it. No more after 10 years. So you have to think after 10 years, can you have a car which runs on air? That means on hydrogen. People are trying. How it can run on water, breaking water into hydrogen and make it. So some kind of all ideas which may not look good today, but they may have future business and how you can convert them. This is the time for using such ideas in the institute and also where you have this opportunity. Our more than 3,500 students, they have registered themselves to the ABA, Academic Bank of Credit, ABC, and also they have created certain business. The incubators. We have Atal Incubator in our university where they are creating business. We have with IIT the collaboration. Many students, they are not able to get admission in IIT, in MBBS course, but they are taking those courses as an integral part of their normal course. Now no program-based education, but it is course-based, credit-based, where you can create combinations of education yourself. Just like creating new knowledge, applying this new knowledge. So I am sure that today's our this simply a very small exposure, the efforts made by our Honorable Chancellor for the people of Northeast, and I am sure that our this collaboration with Nagaland Central University, Northeast Christian University will bring more opportunities together. We will be working together and we will try to utilize the opportunities, the resources of each other through the having the collaboration and cooperation. So I am really thankful. I take this opportunity also, and we are really feel obliged and grateful to the Livingstone International Foundation, the chairman who is here with us, that he has shared this beautiful hall, and principals and teachers who have helped in making so nice decoration and making it possible for having this wonderful program. And I also take this opportunity to congratulate all the toppers that you are now emerging as a cream of the society. And society has a lot of expectations from you, and I am sure that in due course of time, during your even education, you can become the creator of the both social and economical things and contribute in the development of Nagaland and India. Thank you very much.